Hey, what's up, guys? This is Grant James with Lead PPC. I'm going to walk through some of the top franchise advertising ideas for 2020. And the way that I'm going to do this is I'm basically going to go through an article that's on my site so that you can get an idea of what I feel like are some of the best ways to advertise your franchise in 2020. A little bit of background on me and our company. We're an ad agency. We specialize in lead generation via pay-per-click. So we've managed around $8 million in ads for franchisors seeking to find new franchisees online via Google Ads, Facebook Ads, Instagram, LinkedIn, Bing Ads, any of the major ad networks. We help people generate leads online. And in general, they tend to be quite a bit higher quality than what you might find at a franchise portal. We're rated about 3 to 4 times higher quality than what you see from a franchise portal, but still leads are generated off of the internet. So let's go ahead and dive into this little article here. So obviously, if you're here, it's because you're looking for ideas on how to generate new franchisees online. In general, a broker, it costs around $20,000 to drive a new, to drive a franchisee through a broker network. And that's just kind of with all the fees that they charge and the commissions that they get for driving that new franchise sale. Trade shows, it's hard to tell exactly what your ROI is going to be there, but even just to show up at a trade show, a lot of times it's $5,000 to $10,000, and that's not your cost per sale. That's just to have a booth right there. And a lot of times we see people, as far as cost per lead online goes, a lot of times a cost per lead is anywhere between $20 up to $1,000. We literally have people coming to us saying that it's costing them $1,000 to drive leads through Google or what have you. Really, in our opinion, your cost per sale should be somewhere between about $2,000 up to about $12,000. So you want to be at least half of what it costs to drive a sale through a broker network. And one thing that is nice about doing things online is that you control your own pipeline. So it's irregardless of what happens with this, that, or the other broker network, you kind of control your own destiny there. So in the article, we state that if your cost per lead currently for your online advertising is over about $50, then we'd love to talk with you, because usually there's problems that are driving up your cost per lead, especially if you're over $100 cost per lead, as long as you're not in some specialized market or something like that. In general, you want to have your cost per lead quite a bit lower than that. And then as far as key performance indicators go, cost per lead is definitely a big one. Also, tracking the quality of your leads is really important. One thing that we find is that certain keywords or certain audiences online are doing really, really well for you, but your ad budget is all being spent in something else that's not where all of your high quality opportunities, your best leads, and your sales are coming from. So that's something to keep track of. For us, the way we do it, if it's online, is we pass across the URL string every keyword that comes through, along with their ad position and those types of things. Or if it's Facebook, Instagram, what audience they came from. That way we can shift budget around. So even without expanding your budget, a lot of times you're able to drive higher and higher quality leads that way. Let's see, kind of talk about lead quality, lead volume here. So let's talk for a second about ad budgets, because that is really important. In this kind of little infographic thing right here, I get into, these are our recommended ad spends for online. So if you're on Google Ads, you really want to have at least $30 a day in order for those auctions to work right. So that's about $900 a month. Cost per click varies quite a bit. It can be anywhere from like 50 cents up to $10 a click. But it really has to do with your conversion rates and the quality of those leads that come through. So you want to make sure that you have at least $30 a day to kind of play with. And that's a good testing budget to try to figure things out. With Facebook and Instagram, you can spend a little bit less than that. We find you need to have about $20 a day in order for things to work on Facebook/Instagram. The clicks are a little bit cheaper. But a lot of it is really the landing pages. Those are very, very important. So as far as some ideas on things that you can improve, I like this right here of providing some type of value back to the user. So a lot of people will say, hey, enter your information if you're interested, but what did you really give back to them? So providing some type of a free guide or a free handbook or something like that can be fantastic. That way there's an exchange of information for their information. So it didn't cost them anything, but it did, it cost you your time to put together that page, cost them their time to sit there on that page. But you're really trading information, your expertise for their personal contact information. Then I kind of get into gathering important information. So initially, when we give away like a free guide or something like that about a franchise, we'll just do it in exchange for email, and that's not a full lead. On the next page, we ask them immediately. There's nothing really else on the page, but just says, in order to finish downloading your free guide or something, please enter your first name, last name, phone number, zip code, net worth, and that's kind of a lead right there. If it's Google, a lot of times these days we don't ask even for net worth because the leads are such high quality. On Facebook, we always ask for what their net worth is because it helps us to make sure that we're driving high quality leads, because Facebook can kind of be a little more erratic than Google is. But with Google, if someone types in like, quick serve restaurant franchise, they're looking for a quick serve restaurant franchise, or maybe they type in Kumon franchise and you're a certain other competitor of Kumon, but your ad shows up there, then they're going to have high interest. They probably have more money and they're doing their final due diligence. Another thing I say here is gather even more information. So right there, once you've gathered their initial information, about 20% of the people will actually fill out an entire franchise application right after that. So after they've given you their initial information, you can ask them any questions you want to, and a lot of times your best leads will kind of like pop right to the top right there. Don't forget that Facebook and Instagram work very well also. For us, we see the cost per sale is pretty similar. Usually Facebook is cheaper from a cost per lead perspective. But since Google tends to be a little higher quality, a lot of times those even out. For us, we see about as many deals coming from Facebook as we see from Google. For me personally, I tend to like Google and trust Google a little bit more. But having said that, some people never search for your type of a franchise. So if it's like not searchable or the volume's super low, maybe there's not that many people searching for like barbecue cleaning franchise. But if they saw a video on it, they'd be interested. You can generate that interest right there. Try to stick to things that are scalable lead sources for you. And this can be anything. This can be a franchise portal. This could be a broker network. This could be what we do with online lead generation. But focus on those costs. Know what your cost per sale is. Know what your cost per lead is. And try to drive more and more of that. And also, I would say go wide. Most of our clients end up doing something along with us, and we're a part of their marketing mix. But all these things kind of play together. The stronger your franchise is, the better that's going to help you. The more different places your content shows up, the better. And then I guess lastly here, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Love to talk with you if you're a franchisor. Even if we're not the best fit for you or it's not the best timing, we could share some ideas on some things. You can ask me any questions about things like landing pages, keywords, audiences, what types of ads work. We've done, we do a lot of it. We work with about 90 franchisors right now. So we see a lot of it day to day. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And thanks again for watching. Bye.